Hi, I'm Liz with Liz Toth Properties, powered by EXP Realty. I'm a residential real estate agent in Raleigh, North Carolina. Today is my real estate market update as of May. We'll look at what's going on in the Raleigh-Durham area historically. We'll also take a look at what's going on in some of our larger cities today, and we'll finish up with some national information and what happens historically to the housing market during a recession. So I'll share my screen and we'll get right into it. I always like to look at the trends first. This is Raleigh and Durham. This is a 1-year trend of the average sales price starting in July. We saw this trend here locally. We also saw it nationally. Home prices started to decline on a month-over-month basis. This is due to the interest rates rising. I've been tracking this trend. And you can see it's kind of been all over the place over the last few months. But starting at the beginning of the year, in Durham, home prices started to rise. So they started to see month over month increases in sales prices. And you could see in January, the average sales price was $402,000. And then in April, it was $452,000. In February, we started to see the exact same trend in Raleigh. The average sales price in Raleigh in February was $486,000. And in April, it was $541,000. So we are seeing home prices rise here. You'll see a little later in the presentation, home prices are starting to rise nationally as well. When you look at our month supply, we still have a very low inventory level. So Raleigh and Durham are right around a 1 month supply of homes. Anything less than 6 months is considered a seller's market. When we look at days on market, this shows that our spring market is really heating up. In January, Raleigh had a 39 days on market number. Now, this is from the time a home comes on the market until it goes under contract, was about 39 days in Raleigh. You can see this number has declined every single month since January. And as of April, Raleigh, a home, the average home was only on the market for about 22 days. In Durham, about 2 weeks. So our market is really heating up. So if you're a buyer in this market, that's something to know. You're going to have more of a sense of urgency and move a little bit quicker. We're seeing more and more homes get snapped up in the first weekend on the market and get multiple offers. So you need to be prepared, having your pre-approval letter, having your buyer lined up and ready, or your buyer's agent lined up and ready to help you navigate through a potential multiple offer situation. When we look at new listings that come on the market, you can see starting in June, we started to see listings decline. Some of this is seasonality. Some of it is people didn't want to move anymore because rates had gone up. So it didn't make sense to go from, a mortgage rate of around 3.5% to 7%. And then when we got into the winter, you add in the holiday effect as well. So a lot of people don't want to list their home for sale during the holidays. So a lot of people wait until January or till we get in the spring market. So you can see we did see homes getting listed increase, the number of homes getting listed increase from January to February to March. And then we kind of leveled off both in Raleigh and Durham from March to April. So that's what's gone on historically in our area over the last few months. And you can kind of see looking back into the summer where we saw the market shift when the rates went up. What's going on today in the real estate market? And I'm looking at Raleigh, Cary, and Durham, the 3 largest cities in our area. Right now, active and coming soon, we have 1,274 homes. This includes both new construction and resale homes. When we look at what's under contract in these 3 cities, we have just shy of 2,000 homes that are currently under contract. And what has closed so far through May 12th, 385 homes. This number will continue to increase, obviously, as we get into the month. So that's what's gone on locally. I wanted to finish up with some national information. So first, I get a lot of questions on what's going on with home prices, which is why I always look at home prices and I like to look at the trends. This is on a national level, and these 3 companies track home prices nationally, seasonally adjusted on a month-over-month basis. As I mentioned earlier, you can see in July is when we started to see the effects of mortgage rates. So home prices started to decline. And we'll just focus on Case-Shiller here. You can look and see that trend continued all the way until February. So February, markets started to see home prices rise. In fact, as of March, 92% of markets across the country had home prices rising. So we do feel like this is a good indication that home price declines or home prices have stabilized and that the worst of the declines are behind us. When we look at inventory on a national basis, I know I've told you the whole triangle has very low inventory. We see the exact same trend nationally, and you can see it's been a seller's market nationally for years. And this data is according to the National Association of Realtors. It's been several years since we've been in a buyer's market. A buyer's market is more than a 7-month supply. Seller's market is less than a 6-month supply. I get a lot of questions on what's going to happen to the housing market if we go into a recession. That's a great question. Everybody remembers 2008, where we saw home prices go down almost 20%. But when we look historically and we look at the last 6 recessions, home prices actually increased in 4 of the 6. So in the other recession in 1991, where we saw prices decline, it was just a marginal decline. It wasn't like 2008. So historically, a recession does not equal a housing crisis. The other thing that can be a benefit is that, other thing I should say that may benefit buyers during a recession is rates actually decline. So the feds will bring down the rates to try to spur activity in the economy. And when we look historically over the last 6 recessions, you can see mortgage rates were down in every single one. So that could open up an opportunity for not only for buyers, but it could also open up an opportunity for someone who maybe bought in the last 12 months when rates were higher. There may be an opportunity to refinance to a lower interest rate and save some money. So hopefully that information is helpful for you. If you have questions, if you're local here and you have questions on the local real estate market or your town or your neighborhood, feel free to reach out. If you're thinking about moving to Raleigh, check out my YouTube channel, Welcome to Raleigh. It has community tours, city tours, lots of great information on the area. You can subscribe and hit the little bell, and you'll be notified every time a new video is uploaded. I look forward to talking to you again soon, and I hope you have a great day.